the CEO returns to the company and hears that a ridiculously talented design director has arrived. So he decides to personally check out who this mystery person is. But the person who walks in is actually his wife. The CEO is completely shocked. He immediately drags her into his office, demanding to know what her real motive is. The woman casually replies that she's obviously there to work. What else? Did he think she came just to see him? The CEO orders her to write a resignation letter immediately. Naturally, the woman refuses. She got into the company through her own skills, so why should she leave just because he says so? As soon as she walks out, her co-workers rush over to gossip. After all, it's their first time seeing the CEO bring a female employee into his office. The woman suddenly realizes the CEO has actually been staying pure for his first love. Jealousy instantly sparks in her heart, and she gets an idea. She deliberately puts on a hesitant expression. The co-workers get so anxious they're practically losing their minds. Then the woman lies and says the CEO tried to sleep with her for favors, painting him as the ultimate scumbag. Everyone is completely stunned. Soon, rumors about the CEO spread through the entire company group chat. Unfortunately, the CEO accidentally sees it himself. When he finds out the woman started the rumor, he thinks she's treating him like a harmless kitten because he stayed quiet. So he storms over to teach her a lesson. The woman awkwardly claims it was just a joke, but the CEO suddenly lifts her onto the desk, saying that if he doesn't actually make a move, he'd be wasting the Playboy image she worked so hard to create for him. The woman quickly shuts her eyes and begs him to let her go, promising she'll clear up all the rumors first thing tomorrow morning. That's the only reason she manages to escape. But the very next morning, the CEO hands her an impossible project. If she fails, she'll be kicked out of the company. A kind co-worker warns her not to accept it, because the client is infamous for being a nightmare. But the woman can't stand the CEO's mocking look, so she stubbornly accepts the project anyway. But after the CEO leaves, she immediately searches up the client's background online, only to discover the guy is a total creep. That night, she heads to the club the client frequently visits. Just looking at his sleazy face makes her sick, but she still forces herself to greet him politely. The moment the client sees such a beautiful woman, a disgusting grin instantly spreads across his face. The woman hands over her proposal, but the client casually tosses it aside, saying a night this perfect shouldn't be wasted talking business. Why not sit down and talk about life with him instead? The woman quickly stands up and politely refuses. At that moment, the man finally drops the act. Meanwhile, when the CEO hears that she actually went to meet that client, he immediately sends his assistant over. At that very moment, the woman is already being harassed by the disgusting creep. Luckily, the CEO arrives just in time.